Hey y'all! My name is Jigglypuff. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Trail Podcast. Here's my co-host.
Snarf.
Hi Snarf, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Jigglypuff.
Shall we get walking on this trail of ours?
I think we shall. Right? So tell us a little bit about this trail.
Oh, well you see, this trail was invented in 1969 by the Herald of Trailberg. Beforehand, there were no trails, people just walked on trees, like across the canopies, like monkeys. Actually, fun fact, it was because of trails that we evolved from monkeys. Because we couldn't walk on trees anymore. We had to walk on the ground. We became bipedal,
Huh.
Hurt your
In
hand.
order to use the trails.
Yes, that the Herald of Trailberg made.
In that case, did the elephants make the trails? Who made the trails?
Oh, humans
Or did
made
you
the
say
trails.
Herald did?
Yes, the Herald of
Herald
Trailberg.
of Trailberg, yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, he was a human, of course.
Was he the first human because he made the trails
Yes.
and walked on them?
Uh-huh. Well, you see, it was a self-fulfilling cycle, because he had to make the trails that would make him evolve to walk the trails, so he had to be a human to make the trails that would make him a human.
That's excellent, Jigglypuff.
Thank you, Snarf. I have a question about your name.
Yes.
Does that come from Fart Scarf? Like, did Mrs. Fart marry Mrs. Scarf, and they had you?
No, the name was actually based off of a fictional carpet. It was made of a soft fleece, and
Sticky sticks.
incredibly,
Sticky brick.
yes. We are walking on sticks right now, for the listeners out there,
Uh-huh.
and it's a wonderful trail.
This tree
that
is
Harold
really
made.
green.
Yeah, it's a very green tree and stick.
And
Trail.
sticky green tree.
This is a wonderful trail, and you may see us walking on it again. You may hear it
Walking on the same track.
because
over and over again.
this is our favorite.
Yes.
Um,
Like,
It is-
we've only walked it once, because this is the first episode,
this is,
but it's our
yes.
favorite, because it's the only one we've ever walked. So, out of all the trails we've walked, this is our favorite.
I hope that you can pick up on some of the wonderful nature sounds and the birds that's happening here.
Yeah, some of the
Because-
birds having sex.
Yes, because they are wonderful,
Oh, dude, they're kicking, man.
and I do like that sound.
You ever heard a bird orgasm?
I bet it sounds rhythmic
They have a cloaca, man.
and groovy.
The stuff that they feel.
Do they have a cloaca?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's like only a bird part, I think.
Oh, now hold on, listeners. Now we've seen some white sticks on the ground. It appears to be tree roots that have been
Yeah.
painted
Painted?
white. Maybe to warn any trail goers that the path is bumpy.
Because, as we know, our eyes cannot sense depth perception at all if there isn't light in some part.
But, dear listeners, we are experienced veterans here on the Trail Podcast. And
We've walked 0 trails. We know what we're doing.
Jigglypuff and Snarf, we are kings.
We are.
We are kings and queens
Kings of the trail.
of the trail.
Look at this river, man.
Oh, wow. So we've walked off to our right of the trail, and we've encountered
Guys,
a
we're off the
lovely.
beaten path.
We're off the beaten path. But
And then there's this beautiful cliff where the moss slowly creeps over as the plants, almost as if it was just falling, slowly creep over, like the moss, all creeping over, and the sticks jutting out over the shell sedimentary rocks, making perfect ridges, as if somebody went out and picked up squares and overlaid them artfully. And in the jagged edge, you see the water slowly ripple by, somehow not rounding them down to a rounded edge. They keep their pointiness, and the water, as it slowly goes by, leaves these beautiful ripples of the other stones on the bottom, and it's so clear that you can see the muddy, sort of amber color of the stones underneath, with the slight variations of what looks to be some sort of moss growing on the bottom. No fish or nothing, just slow leaves gently making their way down the river stream, like your mind, listening to this podcast, losing all sanity.
listeners, you should take this as a motto for your life. be the jagged rocks in the smoothing river.
Lose your sanity.
The river will try to smooth you and make you conform.
Stick
But,
out.
but you're jagged. Stick out
Yeah.
and be proud of yourself.
Be like Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
Be jagged.
Be jagged, listeners.
Be jagged.
Be jagged.
Be jagged. Hey, so guess what I heard?
What?
Pigs go through all the cycles, including orgasm, in like 30 minutes, in like 30 seconds.
Oh, I
I don't know if that's true, but that'd be pretty kicking.
Oh, I heard something similar, and I think even more interesting about eagles. I think this is true. They have sex midair. This is true. This is true, Jigglypuff. They have sex midair.
No,
and
I believe you.
Before they hit the ground, they have to finish before they hit the ground.
Scarfly? Squidly? Squidly?
Snarf.
Snarf! Ah, Fight Scarf. How could I forget the classic name?
Are you?
Do you think that's why they made sex swings? Like, some poor dude was staring up at eagles or whatever, and they were like, this just isn't fair. Why do they get to do... Wait, they don't have to touch the ground? This is it, man. I'm not gonna stand for this.
What if we got?
Get it?
What if we got so good?
Because he's gonna sit in the air, he's not gonna stand.
What if we got so wonderful? And here we see a lovely dog. Hello. A
The dog goes like this, so short
wonderful
when they
dog.
pulled, he just sort
That's
of fell over.
Yeah, that's this is one of our favorite moments on the Trail Podcast, where we see a lovely dog go, and
Just get pulled over.
yeah, he really was being held back by that leash, man. We would have been, ooh,
That's a
this is a beautiful
Wow.
plant we have
Dude.
just found on the left here. For any of you trail goers that would
Yeah.
know what the direction is.
who are walking the exact same trail that we have disclosed.
Yeah. Wow. It is a solid red stemmed plant. That is a vibrant reddish.
I think it's
pink.
hot pink.
It is red.
It's
but,
hot pink.
Some could misname it as hot pink.
Some intelligent folk who know what they're doing and have more color receptors in their eyeballs.
Okay, Jigglypuff. But anyway, beside the differences between Jigglypuff and Snarf, it is a beautiful plant, and it's got green leaves. It's very short. Oh, it's got flowers on it. It has little flower buds on the top.
Those are so cool. Oh, what
This
is
is
that
an
called? It's got
amazing
an
plant.
alternating vine structure. It's got a main vine down the center with
yeah?
alternating branches compared to parallel, which is where they come out on the same point. They come out like in alternating ones.
This is wonderful.
As compared to parallel, like that,
It's incredible.
like that narrow leaf version of that one plant that we all know.
All right, listeners, we're gonna continue on the trail.
That was our feet for all you on Wiki feet.
Here we
Radar
see
sound.
a lovely bench on the ground.
Just the
And,
loveliest.
I think it deserves a little sit. Just
you
for a
think
moment.
I should pee on it?
It's such a lovely bench. It would be a shame if you didn't pee on it.
You know what? You're right. When in Rome, pee on the benches.
Pee on the
That's
benches.
the full
That's-
phrase. Not many people know the full phrase because the Rome people had too much pee, and they're like, "Listen, guys, we love it, and we really appreciate it, but like, we just can't handle anymore." Like, I know it's my Sweet 16, and I asked for a pee, but like, I didn't think you would all get it for me.
It was poorly translated. Okay, so Jigglypuff is gonna go pee on the bench.
Yes, I am.
Yep. All right, and Jigglypuff is done peeing on the bench,
Yeah, it was a good pee.
and so now we're gonna continue on the trail. Oh, by the way, can you pass me some of that pee?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
I know it tastes good. I'm glad that we brought a bottle to, scrape my pee off the bench.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
That way we can all enjoy it. See, this is the true communism that Marxists are striving for. The sharing of pee.
I hope we see that dog again, so we can
Share some of our.
Share some of our pee with them. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like that would just be a really heartwarming. Oh, dear listeners,
That's
we
a
have
good
come
trail.
across an interesting decision. There is a wooden post with blue.
Do we want to go for the lame trail or the cool people trail? I'm gonna go on the cool one because I'm not lame.
Which one is A? On the top of the post it says A on a slanted cut. It's very
It's
interesting.
A for awesome. It's that one.
It is A for awesome, and it is pointing towards the cool trail, listeners.
Squish.
We're going on the cool trail.
This is really cool.
It is really cool.
I like how we went from like all the most tropical sounding birds to just like this one crow signaling our death.
There is one crow, but it is a beautiful day on this trail, and I highly doubt that anyone or anything will do us harm.
You ever hear that story of the crow?
The story of the crow?
Yeah. I forget
Where it cold
what
all
it
day?
is. I think it might be. Arrow's pointing that way.
Oh, okay.
I think it might be Native American or something. But it's basically the crow. I think it was called like the rainbow bird or something. And it was beautifully colored, like a full rainbow, and it had the best singing voice. But then the sun like fell or quit its job or something. So somebody had to carry the fire back up to the sky to remake the sun. And you know, like all these other like animals or whatever tried or couldn't do it or whatever. But then the crow took the fire in its beak and flew back up the sun. But as it was flying, the smoke started to scratch its throat, and the fire burned its wings. And as the smog and smoke seeped into its feathers and voice, it lost its luster, and its voice became craggly. But it was able to return the sun so everybody could live, and even though...
Listeners, we have found another dog. This one's not on a leash, but it is majestic all the same.
Yeah, but anyways, it's able to fly the sun up, so everybody's able to live. And, you know, even though it lost its beautiful singing voice, and now it sounds all craggly and gross sounding, as crows do, when the sun hits it just right, through all the smog and smoke and ashes, you can still see the beautiful rainbow that was its feathers.
Oh my goodness. That's true too. Oh, look out, Jigglypuff. I see a couple burrs on the trail.
Uh-huh.
So, be careful to avoid those.
I eat burrs for breakfast.
Oh. That's excellent. Well,
Pop those suckers in some milk.
yeah, maybe we should save a few for tomorrow.
Pop some of those suckers in some pee.
Oh, I heard I heard a breakfast suggestion today. It was quite interesting, and I thought it was neat. They suggested that I take vanilla ice cream and put on some cinnamon toast crunch.
Oh,
And just go ham.
okay. I thought they were gonna tell you to wait until it's melted and then use it as milk.
That'd be a waste of ice cream.
Wouldn't that be funny, man? Milk doesn't have enough sugar. I want melted ice cream
I know.
for my cereal,
That'd be excellent.
for my burrs.
Yes, of course.
You have to start saying howdy to everyone who passes us.
Yes. I actually knew that guy. So
All the more reason to say howdy.
I know. You could have said hi back to Snarf.
And Jigglypuff.
And Jigglypuff, of course.
Mind you, I'm not jiggly at all. I'm like the Rock, so rippling with hard muscles that even the stiffest breeze couldn't get a single one of my hairs to slightly bend. It's a nickname they gave me in high school. You know, play off of it.
Oh, look out. There are some small shards.
Look out,
That's
there's
something.
the smallest root of a tree.
No. Not the
They painted the tiny one before the big one. Oh my god.
You can see
You
the
see,
big
you
ones.
think most people would trip on the big one, but through our very, very analytical evidence where we set up a camera, we noticed everyone actually tripped on the small one right before the big one.
They were so blindsided by the bigger one that they didn't even
And
see.
it's
Oh,
Girth.
oh, this one's a doozy. Like, so there's a big log here, and followed by another big log.
And
so,
nobody trips on that.
Well, no, because when you,
But this tiny one,
yeah, that tiny one, everybody trips on that one.
that tiny one, everybody
At least
trips
once.
on. Yes.
That's gonna get one of us. You know,
I'm going to die one day because of those
ex-
tiny sticks.
as experienced as we are, that route we are going to trip on.
Yeah.
But it is behind us now, so that day is not today.
So how's your day been?
Uh,
Not enough people get asked how their day is.
yeah, I agree.
Everybody asks, where's Waldo? Nobody asks, how's Waldo?
That's really good.
it's totally original.
I know. And so my day's pretty wonderful. I had a good day at work. It was easy. It was easy a day at work. You know, I spent some time. It was a kind of a mindless task. Just wrapping up, organizing. You know.
Organizing what?
I was organizing some of the parts that we have onto shelves, and because they were in disarray before, but now they're not. So
That's cool. That's cool.
yeah, I've got a little bit more to do on it, but it's looking spiffy.
I was useless during my shift today.
Gave it the snuff touch. How are you useless, Jigglypuff?
Well, you see, I had a job, and then I
Uh-huh.
did that job, and I did
Of
it
course.
very well, mind you.
Of course,
it
as
was-
you always do.
I felt really dumb, man. We have this like fence set up with like a poly wire in front of it, like slightly electric wire to like, you know, keep the pigs somewhat in. Although it's really up to them. They'll decide whenever they want to get out. And I had a fence tester to test the charge on it. And instead of putting it on the poly wire, you know, the part that's actually charged, I put it on the fence behind it, and then I just stood there, and it didn't do anything, and my labor supervisor, who was working with me, had to be all like, now you see, you don't have it on what's actually charged, you just have it on the fence. And I was like, oh. And then I put it on there, he's like, now there you go, see how it's giving you a charge because it's charged? And I felt dumb. Yeah, but anyways, after that, we were supposed to refill these feed containers, and so we had to hook it up to a tractor or whatever. And then as we were walking over to get it all set up and everything, somebody walked up to start talking about chainsaws and chainsaw training. And so
Yeah.
I was useless, and then I went out and I filled up water and just stood there doing nothing.
Aw.
It was great. I like my job.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it.
Except for when I tried to fence test the unelectrified fence.
You were like, wow, these readings are critically low.
Oh my
These-
god! It's not even on!
These pigs could walk out anytime.
Yeah. I mean, the baby pigs do. It's really cute. There's like,
Oh,
since you drive in there, you know how you get those
That's
like
adorable.
tire dips?
yeah.
Well, the fence is like lined up for the bottom, but you still have like little holes where the tire dips are.
Yeah.
But like that's not big enough for the pigs to get through. You know, the grown pigs. So it's not really a concern. But the baby pigs, there'll be a whole herd of these baby piglets who will slip through the
Aw.
bottom, and then they'll just go wandering around just like a freaking mob,
Oh, it's a little
walking
slippery
around
here.
with bats and cigarettes. Like, hey, yeah,
Careful,
you gonna give me
Jigglypuff.
some of that feed, or am I gonna have to take your kneecaps? And then you walk back, and they're like, "Oh no, we were just joking," and then they like crawl back under the fence. It's really cute.
Aw. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, listeners, we've come across B, I think.
That looks like an M.
Let's see.
MC? Me just Christ?
It might be MS. Listeners,
Me just Sice?
leaves are covering up these paths. Hey, look, there's a map.
Ooh, tiny map.
Let's check out this tiny map.
Do you think this is what bugs walk trails on? On the tiny map?
it wouldn't be the same.
For bacteria, it's like a marathon.
You know what? For them to walk it, I suggest they just listen to the Trail Podcast.
Let's go this way.
Let's go that way.
Yes.
All right.
I don't know which way it is, but I
It
want to go.
doesn't. It doesn't tell us where we are. So.
Oh, well, there was a little thing that said B on there.
Oh, excellent.
But I didn't pay attention to what that meant because I just wanted to go this way.
We are here.
BR. BR. Be in the moment. Be here.
We are together.
Yes.
Indeed. I
We are
found
together forever. For be ever.
I found a
Bever. Bever. That's a sick name.
Bever.
Yeah.
Beverly.
No.
No.
Bever.
Bever.
Imagine that.
Bravado. Wow, the path ahead of us looks
No.
really pretty. Bever.
Bever.
Bever. Bever. Bever. That's the best.
The Beverly Hillbilly. No.
Snarf.
Bever.
I think you mean Snarf.
Oh, yeah, I do.
We'll fix it in post.
Sowies.
That's alright. Down to have a couple.
What freaking person walked through here and spent their whole day, their whole shift, while I was trying to fence test a dead fence, freaking out here with a white paintbrush?
They really did spend their whole day with a paintbrush. You don't think it could have been spray paint?
No.
I agree.
You don't see the streak marks?
The brush, the bristle.
No, the streak marks. They didn't use a brush. They used their butts.
Oh. Wow, wow, these trees are incredible. They're
Yeah.
so tall and straight.
I love how well they, like, poke out to make, like, an arch over the
Yeah.
walkway.
This feels like we're in the right spot, listeners.
I would be afraid to walk while looking up because I might trip on something, but thankfully, all of the sticks are painted white, so I can't drip on them.
This is perhaps the safest trail that we've walked on yet.
I looked up and I saw that cone, and for some reason I thought it was moving, and I got scared that cone was, like,
Oh,
alive or
no.
something. I was like, am I about to get murdered by a cone?
Oh, wow, this is excellent. There's a little fire pit here.
Except
with
for it's not a
3
pit.
logs. It's just a spot where it looks like someone made a fire.
They piled up sticks, they burned someone on the post, and they made a sacrifice to our holy
Our
Lord
sponsor.
Baphomet.
Our
Oh,
sponsor
look, Daddy
for today.
Longleg.
Oh, wow.
Our sponsor for today, Squarespace.
This is beautiful. There's a picturesque log with a 8-legged Danny
You want to
Longleg.
get the mic up on this?
It's incredible. We're going to mic the fire for all you listeners. Don't you love those oaky tones?
Don't you love it when the ash gets in between your toes? You can feel it squiggling around.
That's my favorite.
That's the jazz. Jazz hand. Oh my god, that's why it looked like it moved. Because it was in. Whoa, dude.
Oh.
My whole worldly. What is up with these mushrooms?
Those are wild mushrooms. Ooh, that looks like flesh. No, don't. I wouldn't touch that mushroom.
It's so jiggly.
Here, how about caution? Look out for the mushroom.
It's jiggly. Jiggly and puffed.
For all of you out there who can't see across space and time, I flipped the cone on top of the mushroom so that no one would
top
ever have
of
to feel
mushroom.
how squishy it is again.
Ooh, I can feel the mud squishing in between the toes and mixing it with my ash. Creating a fine paste.
Ah, delicious space.
Yes. We're gonna slowly make a meal, and by the end of it, we're gonna be able to eat burrs and pea with ash paste.
Oh. Listeners, Jigglypuff has just stopped me.
This is really pretty.
Oh. Jigglypuff has spotted a once-in-a-lifetime beautiful scene.
Gorgeous. Okay, let's keep going.
Jigglypuff,
Yappadoodle-toodle-doodle.
is it time to go off the beaten path?
No.
Sorry, listeners. No description this time.
Look. 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 The Earl of Trailberg didn't evolve to be bipedal for us to just go walking off.
Off the beaten path.
Changed the course of humanity
He started
so
the
that
course,
you could
even.
go on the beaten track. No.
Oh my goodness.
No. We respect the man. We respect his work. We respect the fact that he probably stole it from somebody else. And we walk these
Ooh.
trails.
This is a beautiful trail.
A little
Excellent.
piece of broken glass. For your toesies.
No trail is complete without a little broken glass.
No trail is complete without
None.
a little broken glass.
Not a single trail. You know,
You ever wonder what you would do with your ash mud mixture if you didn't have a piece of glass to scrape it out with?
I was actually building a trail in Trail Simulator, and I thought I was done, but it wouldn't let me save it and submit it online until
Until you added glass.
until I added some glass.
See, that's a common mistake.
Oh, it looks like we have an outer loop here. Oh, what's that? We see a couple
Houses.
farm buildings in the
You want to
distance.
break into
Couple
some
barns.
people's homes? You want to take a poop in their toilet?
Oh yeah.
You want to hide in
They're
their
gonna-
closet because they came
They're
home?
gonna be like,
You want to leave once they go to bed? You want to only take nothing and just leave poop?
I think that if we snuck into someone's house and took a vile poop in their toilet, that would be like kind of the worst crime.
Yeah.
Because if it was a couple,
I'm vile, man.
if it,
I'm terrible. No, you're not. You don't deserve to be in this villain convention. Nah, man. You haven't heard what I done. Oh, yeah? What'd you do? Huh? I killed orphans. I broke into somebody's house late at night when they were sleeping. I went into their house, took my little footsie tiptoe steps. I opened the door to their bathroom. I slowly clinked the lid against the back, dropped down ever so slowly with a slight per-clunk. I dropped the fattest, wickedest, smelliest turd, and then I just left for them to bicker about who took the poop and still left the toilet seat up. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna resign. I'm not bad enough.
like they're both arguing with each other, and then it like that like one of them is the city council mayor, and they're so distracted with this argument that they can't do their work, and you've destroyed a whole community.
Yes.
And then of course, as you know, without the communities, the state can't survive. Without the state, the government can't survive, and before you know it, the whole
Anarchy.
world comes to an end.
Anarchy, zombie apocalypse, nukes everywhere.
And listen,
All it takes is one poop.
and listeners, that would mean the end of trails. That would mean the end of us.
What?
But we're not
This is
gonna
the
let that
first
happen.
episode.
We're not gonna let that happen. And you're not gonna let that happen either.
We're not.
No, we're not. We are gonna do our
Where are we
very
going?
best. Oh, we're going places.
We're going this way.
We're going this way. Listeners, we're going this way.
We're going this way. You sound so goofy with candy in your mouth.
Listeners, I'm eating a root beer hard candy. I believe it is. Well, no, you're not sponsored. I believe it is Pops.
I think it's
Root beer barrel.
Dad's.
We're not sponsored, so I think it's Pops.
Ah.
So-
Yeah. We've been here before, haven't we?
It is rather good, and yes, we have.
Are we going in loops?
A little bit. Alright, listeners.
Oh, it smells like skunky.
It does. It smells a little naturey, which is excellent. That's just what we're here for.
Did you just sniff skunk and go, nature?
It does not smell like skunk.
That's
It smells like a root beer barrel.
And that smells like nature?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sure.
Good.
I believe you meant howdy.
I did say howdy.
Oh, you did? I thought you said hi.
Nope, I said a secondary howdy.
Whoa.
Assertively.
That's deep, dude. That's insane.
Well, Jigglypuff, it appears that we are nearing the end of our podcast.
We can figure out how to get out of this forest.
Oh, I believe the out is this way.
Okay, we'll go that way.
This way.
That way?
Yes.
We have no idea, do we?
I know.
Is there anything you want to talk about before we end it off?
We
We get a little bit more time.
do have a little bit more time left on the trail. Wow. I'm so glad to be doing this podcast.
It's a lot of fun.
This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been a good walk.
Getting to see this wonderful nature. Getting to be out in nature at all.
It's our good old classic first try. That kind of sucks, but it started off the story.
Yes, it did.
Bless you.
And every super team has a super story.
Are we even going the right way?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Don't you see all the white paint on the branches?
Oh my god, I do!
We've clearly been here before.
We've clearly been here before.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly. Oh, and you add the sounds of choking screaming? Yeah, I've definitely been here before.
Yeah, and if you smell, it's the same smell as before.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Follow your nose to the traily path that goes.
Oh yeah, big time.
That's what Toucan Trail said.
Trail Can
Trail.
podcast. Trail Can 2. Toucan Trail.
Whoa, dude.
And those two are us. Jigglypuff and
Squiggly.
Snuff.
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 Schnarf. I think you have an identity crisis. I don't think you know
I
your
think
own
you're
name.
giving me an identity crisis.
No, I don't think you know your own name.
I do know my name.
I don't. You see, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I don't think you know your name. Shall we venture across?
I think we shall.
Come.
Well, we're gonna wait.
Okay.
This is excellent.
Careful.
Mhm.
Good job. You see how he's slipping his finger into the wire grating?
Uh-huh. That was just in case.
He's like, you don't give me a freaking handle? I'll make my own. Thanks.
See, now if that isn't a textbook example of a rigid edge in a smoothing water.
If that isn't. Whoa, dude.
All that ash
Oh
and
my, wow.
ash and mushroom. Get on you.
Okay. So, for you guys who can't see, I'm wearing those weird shoes with toes, and I just started to slip, but my toes slipped into the grating and caught me.
Wow.
So I just grabbed onto it with my toes to save myself.
Like a bird, like an eagle.
Like that kid, but like instead of using my finger, I used my muddy ash toes with glass.
That is excellent.
Excellent.
All right, listeners. Well, we're right at the end of the trail.
This we is.
And so,
We will end it.
and we'll see you next time on
The
Trail
Trail Podcast, baby.